as we were saying, at address, got to try and avoid the weight being sort of too much. We sort of put lines in from the edge of your feet through to your shoulders. There, you can kind of see how those lines are kind of sort of going a little bit to that sort of lead side, as we said it. With the iron, just fine. Yeah. Because obviously you're looking for a downward strike, compress the ball, hit it great, and the ball sails away, lovely. Yeah. But with the drive, it needs to be a little bit more. Ideally, you want those lines to be sort of flip. That kind of looks like a left-hander's driver setup. So if we could sort of reverse them a little bit that way and be more. That's the wrong colour. You should go different colour with your blue jumper. If we can get them a bit more that way and that way, that's what we're looking to try and get just a little more behind the golf ball. Yeah. And then we can set it, because what you were doing, you would kind of move into that position in between the yellow lines, but that movement sideways and laterally created a bit of a sway, a long backswing, and the club going across the line and a little bit longer than we want. And again, as the club took away, if we sort of look in here now, your first move, there's almost like a let me see your hands as well. As your club goes back, you can see your hands sort of doing almost like a bit of forearm rotation. So the club at about this point here now, that's way right. I mean, it will open up obviously as you go back. It's not going to go back perfectly straight, but it needs to go back as the sort of natural curve of the club, not and overdoing that. Because once that wrist hinge exaggerates, the club will then get now further on the inside, as we can see, and across the line now as we've gotten the club face getting a little bit open as you come back in. And if the excessive wrist hinge and the club on the inside now, you see this position here, the sort of path into the golf club that club's coming from, and you're trying to almost, because you've hit a few shots to the left when you first had the problem with the old swing, you were doing anything you possibly could to sort of start the ball somewhere over there to allow for that sort of hooky one. Now the hook's gone, everything you're doing now to start the ball right is happening, because the hook thing side of thing is gone. Okay, so your mechanism in your downswing, get the club on the inside, get it out to the right hand side, pushing out this way, cause the ball to go straight right. Now, of course, now they're going a bit to the right, you're then trying to pull them to the left somewhere, and that ball then is just going to be toey, cutting out to the right now. Yeah. So if we can get that set up better, get yourself, again, practice in front of a mirror, just putting the club down through your sort of spine angle there, so get yourself at address, where you sort of rest the club through your spine, and you just tilt your spine so that club sort of hits the knee, roughly, okay? That's going to be exaggerated. It will feel exaggerated when you first do it, but in reality, it's a small little tweak there. The same way as if you're going to try and hit a tennis ball with a tennis racket, you'd be behind the ball, throw up in the air, and give it a whack on the way up to try and get the ball up there. And that's going to help you get the correct angle of attacking the golf ball without the need of you having to sway into position. If you're swaying into position, it's very tough to sort of be consistent with that. So get that driver set up better, and then the sensation now with that club, but to be fair with a lot of clubs, with the irons you do it better, just keep that club face pointing at the ball for longer. Don't let it over-rotate or create an anti-left mechanism. The ball's going right now, because the swing changes you've made in the irons and stuff has sort of manifested its way through the bag, which it will do. You make a swing change with a wedge and an 8-iron, it's going to go with the rest of your club. You're a good enough golfer. One swing change will sort of go through the whole clubs. Which
if I put something under my heel, would that help me get a weight over or not? I've seen things like
under your left heel. Yeah, I mean, if you put that on the left heel, the problem for me there now, that'll put you on your toes a lot, and then you start reaching for the ball a bit too much. Okay, I mean, what you want to try to just feel, again, mirrors are going to be a great help for you. Just getting that spine angle. I think for you, if you get that sort of, can you tap the left foot at address? If you're in the correct position on the right side, there should be a sort of gentle tap of the left foot. If you're on the left foot too much, it's going to be a sort of quite a quick slam down, because the weight's on that foot too much. Okay, right. At this position here on the left hand side, you could probably lift your right foot and almost just tap it there. I would definitely say your left foot would be a quick slam, because the weight looks pretty much probably more 60-40 left sided as opposed to your back foot. Okay, so get that weight behind the ball, club face of the ball for longer. That's going to help you sort of, the better setup will stop the sway, I think. The club face staying straight for longer stops it over the top. The information then we can bring back to the golf when has a club face pointing that way. And there's a couple of shots you had there getting more towards target. Yeah, good. Okay, makes sense?
Lovely,
Good man, right, grab your bag then, buddy. There's your head cover.
There you go.
Good.